Coming up on Mountain News this morning, cancer is a disease too many people battle, but Kentucky is aiding the front lines as it becomes a leader in childhood cancer research. Plus, the Commonwealth is also funding a campaign to prevent opioid addiction at a young age.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Madison Carmouche. We're at 6:30 this Thursday morning, and we are this close to Friday. And I think the weather is kind of matching that energy, so let's send it over to meteorologist Tim Drawbridge for a look at your forecast.
No. Let's talk about being this close to Friday. 54 outside our door here in Hazard. In the night vision, you can see the layers of clouds off in the distance just above the high terrain. Again, 10 degrees warmer still up at Jackson at 64, 55 at Irvin, 57 at Williamsburg and Jonesville, 61 at Prestonsburg, and 56 at Ashland. Now, we do have some good breaks in the clouds. Mountain Parkway, I-64 northbound. It is as you make your way through the Cumberland Valley into Tennessee. This is where we are finding a good deal of clouds. I still think we squeeze out some faded sunshine, but the best opportunity for sunshine today is from Jackson and Hazard points north. The high today in Hazard will get up to 81. The bus stop forecast, that's coming up in just a few minutes. Madison.
All right, Tim, thank you. A father in Lincoln County murdered his son on Monday. The sheriff's office says that Jack McNew Sr. woke up and noticed that his tires had been flattened. McNew Sr. then went to the building where his son was staying and shot him with a handgun once he opened the door. Jack McNew Jr. died. According to McNew's arrest citation, McNew said he wanted to put his son out of his misery. It happened on Monday afternoon near Highway 27 in Halls Gap area. Deputies arrested Jack McNew Sr. and charged him with murder and burglary. We continue to monitor a developing story out of Perry County where several schools went on a lockdown yesterday afternoon, but we understand there was an incident near exit 59 and a bullet was found in a windshield of a vehicle. Whether this was just a stray bullet or something premeditated, it is still unclear, but nobody was hurt and we are still waiting for more information to be released by police. State police are investigating a murder after they received a call Tuesday morning. Troopers were called out to R. Barnett Road where one man was reportedly lying in the road due to a gunshot wound. 75-year-old Samuel White was pronounced dead. Police believe White and 66-year-old Willard Upchurch got into an argument. Upchurch was arrested and charged with murder. A new court filing could cause a delay in the trial connected to the Delphi, Indiana murder. The attorney for suspect Richard Allen filed a notice with the court late Monday night. It was a sign that they plan to file an appeal on a couple of rulings that they say gutted their defense. Allen is accused of the February 2017 murder of Abby Williams and Libby German of Delphi. Trial was set to start October 14th, but that could be delayed if Allen's defense files an appeal. A couple of officials who worked for Southeast State Correctional Complex in Floyd County are accused of falsifying work hours. Documents obtained by the Lexington Herald Leader show Charles Hughes and Danny McGraw were warden and deputy warden at the time. An investigation shows the men claimed pay for hundreds of hours they did not work. Investigators say Hughes claimed nearly 370 hours he did not work, while McGraw claimed more than 173 hours. We have a confirmed case of measles in Kentucky. A Western Kentucky University student was diagnosed with the illness. A news release said the student was unvaccinated and recently traveled abroad. They were most likely exposed to measles on their trip. They attended classes and activities on campus while infected from August 28th through the 30th. State leaders say Kentucky is becoming a leader in childhood cancer research. Governor Andy Beshear, cancer patients, survivors, and medical professionals gathered to raise awareness for childhood cancer. Roughly 15,000 children are diagnosed with cancer each year. More than 230 of them are in Kentucky. That's according to Norton Children's Hospital. They say roughly 80% of their patients are cured of cancer, but they will not stop until they cure everyone.
In the past, Maybe we haven't always thought of Kentucky being a leader on scientific research and health care in this area, but people are seeing us that way now. They're not looking at the same Kentucky anymore, because in our new Kentucky home, one where we're seeing more opportunity, more economic development, more national attention, we can also make sure that we are a leader in our values, how we take care of each and every Kentuckian, and how we use some of this new prosperity that's coming to our state to lift up especially those children that are fighting this disease.
Governor Beshear has declared September as Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. Attorney General Russell Coleman announces a new initiative for a youth-focused addiction prevention campaign. The Kentucky Opioid Abatement Advisory Commission unanimously approved the 2-year, $3.6 million proposal that is centered around a research-backed youth education campaign. It's called Better Without It and aims to deter youth from doing drugs. They're hoping to reach them through social media, streaming platforms, college campuses, and through partnerships with influencers.
For example, in the course of our research, discovered that there is such a color as Gen Z yellow. So we tapped into color schemes, into fonts, into overall aesthetics that are meant to interest them and make it not another, with all respect to previous programs, black and red, dark and gloomy, to give them something attractive, appealing, and lifestyle-oriented to wear and promote.
In addition to the education campaign, the prevention program will also promote existing school-based programs. The Volunteers of America Mid-States Division is hosting an open house in Clay County today. The event is to celebrate 5 years of having a recovery community center. It will take place from 2 this afternoon until 5 in the evening at the VOA Recovery Community Center in Manchester. The program aims to be a community resource for education and support for those in recovery. The Kentucky Community and Technical College is partnering to offer a free bachelor's degree for students. The partnership is with Kentucky State University. It will be available for Pell Grant eligible students who earn their associate's degree and transfer students still working on the degree. Students must also file a FAFSA and submit a scholarship application. Those close November 15th. You can apply for the scholarship at kysu.edu. EKU's Manchester campus is hosting a reception today to share updates regarding its endowed scholarship fund. Senate President Robert Stivers and EKU President David McFadden will be in attendance. For the fall semester of this year, the fund has provided nearly $70,000 in funding support to 22 students on campus. The $1.5 million fundraising initiative was launched 1 year ago. Several new faces have just been inducted into the Kentucky Bourbon Hall of Fame. It's the bourbon industry's highest honor, recognizing people with the drive and passion to make Kentucky bourbon what it is today. One of the inductees is Elmer Lucille Allen. The Kentucky Distillers Association says she broke barriers in bourbon as the first black chemist at Brown-Forman. Governor Andy Beshear attended the ceremony, saying bourbon is our introduction to the different parts of the world.
More and more, when you run into someone who's never been to Kentucky, the first thing they'll say is bourbon. So it's helping to grow our economy. It's helping to support record-setting tourism. We're really blessed that bourbon's home is right here in Kentucky.
Other inductees this year include Dee Ford, Ken Lewis, Peter T. Lofton, and R.M. Corky Taylor.
My dad, he would love to do that walk through the Hall of Fame. And I know 2 other young lads that may want to be able to do that with some ties over toward, do it this way, toward liberty. In the meantime, let's talk about what's going on across eastern and southern Kentucky cloud cover-wise. We're going to keep it dry until late this afternoon. For those of you from Monticello, Wayne, Whitley, McCreary counties over toward Harlan, point south into northern Tennessee, that's when the shower threat starts to arrive. For the rest of us, especially up toward the Mountain Parkway and 64, some faded sunshine. We're at 54 right now, and with a little sunshine, yeah, we should be able to touch 81 this afternoon. More about the First Alert 7-day forecast in moments. Madison?
All right, Tim, thank you. Hallmark launches a new streaming service. A new movie confronts mental health issues head on, and a documentary follows Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band. Danya Backus has your Eye on Entertainment report.
The drama Continue follows a young woman who's involuntarily committed to a mental health facility.
What would be your plan if you were released?
I have some stuff that I need to work through.
Based partly on her own struggles, Nadine Crocker wrote, directed, and stars in the film.
I am a suicide survivor. I have to put all of my pain out to bear and the struggles that I went through, and it sparks even one conversation, then it was all worth it.
Continue is playing in theaters now and available to watch on demand. Hallmark has launched its new streaming service, Hallmark Plus.
2 chicken restaurants, 2 families, 1 big feud.
Its original offerings include the series The Chicken Sisters, based on the novel of the same name. And Lacey Chabert, who starred in more than 30 Hallmark Channel films, has a new show called Celebrations, where she helps guests set up surprise parties for deserving people.
I love entertaining, I love hosting, I love DIY and crafts. And so we had the idea to make a show celebrating local heroes and people that really deserve to have the spotlight on them.
And Bruce Springsteen walked the red carpet at the Toronto Film Festival ahead of the premiere of the documentary Road Diary, Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band.
You'll get to experience a little bit of the fun and the magic that we get to experience every night.
It streams on Disney Plus and Hulu in late October. That's your Eye on Entertainment. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
After receiving Taylor Swift's surprise endorsement Tuesday night, the Kamala Harris campaign quickly began selling Harris Walls friendship bracelets. And aides say those bracelets have already sold out. The campaign store page describes the item as a, quote, pack of 2 adjustable waterproof bracelets with clay beads. The packs were priced at $20 each. The web page also shows a message saying the bracelets have sold out. The campaign says it is taking pre-orders, and the next expected release date is September 24th.